hear me clearly? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Can you hear me clearly? Am I audible enough? How are you doing? How was your day? Please let me know in the comments. Please let me know who is in live in the comments. Just drop your name in the comments box. Thank you so much, everyone. Welcome to Chaos to Control. Welcome to our session class for this cohort. Oh, Lawa Rafiat, how are you? Victoria, how are you doing? Thank you so much. Thank you. Friends in the house, remind every single person, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. I am so sorry. I noticed my network was fluctuating, so I decided to go back and check what the problem was. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you so much to everyone who submitted their report. Thank you so much to everyone who showed up one way or the other. So, before we go live right into this class today, I want to actually discuss the report. First thing first, discuss the report. So, let me share my screen. I want to share my screen. Yes. So I'll be sharing my screen with you now. Just my entire screen for now. Okay. Yes. So if you can see my screen, let me know in the comment. I want to share my screen with you so that I can help you understand the way this report thingy will go. Please, if you can hear me clearly, let me know. Uh, Good. So this is the report template. Can everyone see my screen? Can you see my screen? Okay, good. You can see my screen. Great. So this is the report template. Actually, I think I'll just have to send this to the group because I don't know. Everyone was just sending me various things that they feel like sending. Now, you are going to write the summary of the class. Yeah. You write the review, like the way you write review normally here. You write your expectations for the class, expectations for the next class. I'm supposed to add that. Then, what do you think you could have added to this session? What do you think was missing? Then rate your activeness over 100. This is absolutely important. And you do the same for every single one. So what I need you to do is that you don't need to what should I call it? You do not need to share me a new document every single time. Once you have this document on your drive, what you need to do is copy this whole thing, Oh, sorry, let's use this one. Copy this whole thing. Now paste. So you just type the name of the next class here. That's just everything. Simple as ABC. Please, this is what I want your report should look like. And I'll send this template to the group so everyone can have it on their drive. Let me even do it now. So everyone should just make a copy. When you make a copy, just share me links with that one single copy, and every single time that you have your report to be written, you are able to write in that particular space. So I think that's just it. Okay, let me stop sharing my screen. You will see the class later, so I think it's going to show. You'll see, you can just check that part again. But I've sent the report template to the group, so everyone can actually work on it. Okay, so thank you so much, Motunde, for informing me about Ibatullah. Thank you everyone for joining in. I have three people here, and let's get right into chaos to control. So chaos to control is Ibatullah's topic, but then she's not here, so it's fine. Uh I feel in control of my life right now. I feel as if I'm making the decisions for my life and for what is next for my growth. And I feel as if I am getting the things I want to get, the way I want to get it, in the journey I want to get it. Now, I want you to understand that this is not something that came easy for me. Where is this book? I'm just coming to my house since yesterday. I've been working. Yes, I've been working. This is one very important book in my life. And I've been working a whole lot. These two books, they are very, very important because they are more like the what should I call it? I've forgotten what word to use, but they are more like the key to the place I actually plan my control and my chaos in. I have other books that I actually work with, but then I don't want to take too much with this class tonight because I'm having this very bad headache. I've been traveling since like day before yesterday, and I've not rested. Since I came back, I've also been working on some reports and the likes. So I understand if people lie is not feeling fine. I know that it's not very easy working and all of those things. So everyone, please let's take our time to listen, and I hope that we are able to work ourselves through this together. Sorry, give me a minute. Okay, I'm back. Chaos to control. What exactly does it mean to be living a life of chaos? And what does it mean to be in control of your life? These are two different parts of life, and it can be tasking and crazy. It can be hectic and annoying not to be in control of your life, and everything is just chaotic. I've actually been living that life for over 4 months, since I think since November last year. And until last week, I think I told you about leaving my job, and I was able to, actually understand that yes, I want this is are the things I wanted out of life. Not like I was able to understand, but I was able to become assertive about it. If you weren't there in the session where I talked about assertiveness, please go back to the YouTube channel to watch it. And trust me, you're going to pick a whole lot from it. So it happened that, what is chaos for you? Can you please let me know in the comments? What does it mean for your life to be chaotic? And what does it mean for your life to be controlled, for you to be in control of your life? What do you think that means? Let me know in the comments, please. Let me know in the comments. I'm waiting, please. I'm waiting. What does it mean for your life to be chaotic, and what does it mean for you to be in control of your life? I am waiting. Okay. Victoria said that Victoria said chaotic to be in crisis. Omotunde Rafiat, what exactly are your own thoughts on this? What does it mean for your life to be chaotic, and what does it mean for you to be in control of your life? Let me know. Let me know. Chaotic time of my life is when everything seems to be out of control. I am not even in my right senses. Okay, that makes a lot of sense too. Omotunde, I'm waiting for you, please. If you're still in the room, what does it mean for your life to be chaotic, and what does it mean for you to be in control of your life? So, every single thing that you say is true. Okay, Victoria said a phase where things don't just seem to be working out. I agree. I totally agree. I agree too. Very, very well. Now, the chaotic time of life can come in different form, and sometimes it's come from your work, sometimes it comes from your personal life, from your relationship, and from the likes. But whichever aspect of things that chaos is coming from in your life, you have to understand that there is a lot of time that it has to do with time management. Time management. And Ibatila said she wanted us to talk about time management, but I realized that time managing time has actually led to a lot of people living a chaotic life while seeking control. Seeking time management, I want to be able to manage time, has led to a lot of people living a life that is chaotic just because uh I want to make more out of my life, but then I want to still have some things in life. So I'm going to be going through 7 things that has worked for me, and I'm going to be explaining these things in my own words. I just have to quickly pen them down because um, I feel as if my head is about to burst. So the first thing is this: set clear goals. I know you are tired of hearing this particular thing. Set clear goals, set clear goals. Balkis, what goals am I setting? Balkis, kilo shele. Balkis, leave me alone. I don't want to set goals again. I am tired. Well, so Amatode said, when seems to be not going the way you want, and when you have control over your life, you decide what you want. Good. I agree. I agree. Accepted. Accepted. You see, you need to first set clear goals. Last night I was with my friend and we sat down penning down every single thing that I do in my life. This was what we were doing last night. We were up to I left my phone around 11 o'clock and we were up to like to 12 before I slept. So I listed out, okay, the schools that I'm supposed to go to for my gender-based violence advocacy, what I want to work with in my life, what do I penned down all of these things. However, these things will not be possible if there is no clear goal. At the beginning of the year, I set the goal to actually build my personal development brand and also my gender-based violence brand or my own NGO. Now, the NGO, the part I am most concerned about is the gender-based violence. But rather than just saying gender-based violence, I actually partnered with someone and then we became partners and boom, I was able to, have somebody that can keep me on my toes when it comes to working in the area of my goals. And same with my friend yesterday night. Now I am in the depth of 3,000 naira every single day that I do not do something. And she's going to make me eat my money. I mean, money that I can save for other things. She's going to make me go to a restaurant and buy something worth of 3,000 and sit and eat it. Or I save the money in a place that she can see. She's not collecting the money for herself. So the first thing first is to set clear goals. Set clear goals. I taught goal setting the second session of Business Unusual. If you've not watched it, or if you need to watch it again, if you need to listen to it again, please go back and do it again. Go back and do it again. Set those goals. Currently, I have the goal for the number of fellowships I want to be a part of this year, international fellowships. Last year, I didn't have that goal, but then I just became a member of fellowships, and I was a member of two fellowships. But this year, I have set the goal for the number of fellowships, the amount I want to make, the things I want to do. Even now, I have told myself every single day I need to learn for 2 hours. It doesn't have to do with all of the other things I do. It just has to be growing my life. It could be reading a novel, novel. It could be reading a book. I actually got a book yesterday. This book, No Excuses by Brian Tracy. You need to set clear goals for your life. What do you want to achieve? And how do you want to achieve it? You don't need to list all the nitty-gritty steps so you don't feel overwhelmed, but set clear goals for yourself. Give yourself that room to say, I have done this. I know the number of things I have not done today. Every single day I have my focus list. Yes, see, every single day I have my focus list. This is the one for today. This one is the one for today. And if you can see it well, you see BU by 8:30, digging dig by 5 p.m., schedule value dump on Twitter post. That's it. Set clear goals for yourself. Now ask yourself what you need to do every single day. I told you guys to listen to the personal development session by Fee Stephen. Not because I cannot teach you personal development, but because there are people who have done higher things in the line of personal development. I am growing too, but I'm not going to stop. But I won't say because of only my own knowledge is the only thing I want to share with you. I'm going to share with you other superior knowledge of what I know how to do. Set clear goals. The second thing you want to do is to prioritize. What are the most important things for you? Please don't let it be more than two. I talked about focus the last time we talked in the first week of January. Don't let these things be too much that they overwhelm you and you start to feel like, you just have to be, you are just choked up. No, no, now, no, it shouldn't work that way. It shouldn't. Don't get choked by life or by people or by whatsoever. Don't. It is very important for you to note that your life is precious. When you do too many things, yesterday I was trying to apply for something and I was asked what my personality type was. So I went to 16personalities.com to, know my personality types, and God of mercy. It happened that it says after all the questions, my personality type is protagonist. Now I have known this before, but the issue is that I have never dug deep into this thing. I have never even tried to learn more about it. But yesterday I just decided to sit down and I was going pages by pages by pages by pages of what they have on being a protagonist. And I was like, Balkis, you've been, underserving yourself. I mean, it was as to the last bit of the fact that I like to expend my energy into too many things and I need to calm down on that. That's why I don't do this year. I said I wasn't going to do too many things. If anything is not serving me, if anything is not working for me, I drop it. That's why I dropped my job. It's not easy for me to have a job that is paying me like over 100,000 naira and then I dropped it. Kilo day, but it was taking too much from me. I'm not even able to concentrate on the things that I want to do. I'm not able to concentrate on myself. And we're still going to talk about self care and these things in this class. I want you to please prioritize. What are the important things in your life? What are the urgent things in your life? Find a way to mix and match these two and make sure that every single day you move towards the important things and you move toward the urgent things too. When you can get the urgent things done, you can have more time to do the very important things. This is very, very important. Please, please, and please. Please, please, and please. Please, please, and please. Then the third thing is to create a routine. I told myself that anything 11:30, I am off my laptop, I am off my phone, I am off everything. And this is not because of anything, but this is because I feel as if I am not sleeping enough and it is affecting me as a person. So rather than destroy my life just because I want to be seen as hardworking or whatsoever, I am as good as the energy I have to do things. If I should burn out, that's the end of it. Life is life, that's the end of my life, if I may say. So I decided, sorry. Yeah, thank you. So I decided to create a routine. Every single day now, I go to bed at 11 or max 11:30, but I'm not with my phone anymore. And I start to, like, rumble and rumble and rumble and rumble with the bed and all until I fall asleep. And these days, I notice I wake up exactly 5:30 and I skip or I stretch, and then I start to get to things. If I did not write my focus list the night before, I write it. It is very, very important. Create a routine for yourself. Do you want to read every night before you go to bed? What time do you, how many hours of this do you want to do? I mean, just create a routine of things that you want to do that actually help you. It is very, very important. Extremely, extremely, extremely important. Please, please, please prioritize in your life. Make sure there are things that are priorities. What exactly is priority in your relationship? What is priority in your life? Priority in your growth? What is priority in your financial life? Set all of these things. All of these things, set them. And then the fourth thing you want to do is manage time. I know we are talking about time management, but then we still need to talk about managing time. If you do not set goals, you do not prioritize, you do not create your routines, there is no way you can manage time. There is no way you can manage time at all. So now this is what happens. You know, when you manage time, you are able to first find time wasters. What are those things wasting your time? My former job wastes my time a lot. A lot. I spend most time being anxious of when they'll bring light than doing anything productive in my life. When they bring the light, I spend most times working, and by the time I'm done, I am tired and I'm wasted. So I don't want to live that life anymore, and I had to leave. Identify time wasters, eliminate or minimize them. Eliminate or minimize them. In the case of my job, I eliminated it. But what are the other things that would waste my time that I can minimize, that I need to do, but they are time wasters, but then I can minimize the time I spend on doing them? Some of them is my report. Now, before I wait until like the last minute and sometimes to create all of my reports. Now, tonight, by God's grace, once I'm done, I fix my reports, the one for the places I went to today, and have it ready. This is very, very, very important. This is extremely important. Extremely important. You don't want to be caught waiting for, I don't even know. You don't want to be caught doing those things. You don't want to be caught not being ready. You don't want to be caught with things that are wasting your time. And you know that they are wasting your time, oh, but because you think you cannot leave, you can leave. I thought I was going to die because that's like the highest paying job that I have. But I told myself, see, I can do more if I have more time to do these things and if I set those times well. So find the things that are wasting your time, eliminate or minimize them, or minimize the time you spend on them. If you can eliminate, that means you're no longer doing them at all. If you minimize, if you spend, there was a time that I read novels a lot. A lot. I mean, sometimes in January and so. But now I tell myself, okay, 30 minutes, read this novel. That's why I have apps like Focus, Stay Focused app. Once I'm in the app, it tells me 30 minutes, green, 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 it rings the bell. You need to be able to manage time. Eliminate those things that are wasting your time. And then there's another thing is to block time. Blocking time means saying between this time and this time I want to do this. One of the things I said with my friend yesterday was the time that I want to do something. This meeting will not pass 40 minutes by God's grace. So start preparing your questions. One is I need to rest. Number two is I have other things I need to do. And I really do not think I want to take your time and waste your own personal time too. So block out time. Today I said between 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock, digging deep session. Yes, digging deep session happened. It did happen. Digging deep happened. And I spent just 48 or so minutes on that session. So you want to make sure that you give yourself the room to become a person that blocks time and you get things done in those times, because even blocking time give you room to actually know the amount of time some things take you and what you have been wasting time on. So this is very, very important. And then another thing is practice self-discipline. With the way I was feeling this evening, right, I didn't want to do anything. I didn't even want to show up. That's even another crazy thing. I was thinking to say, let's cancel this meeting for tonight and tomorrow. But I just realized that I've been trying to practice self-discipline. Self-discipline is very, very important for you to achieve anything. Anything at all. Self-discipline is very, very important. Very, very important. I told myself, oh, I was going to sleep I was going to leave my phone every time by 11 a.m., 11 p.m. I've been leaving my phone by 11. Leave all my device, 11 o'clock, they're off. I can do any other thing, maybe write, maybe this, but I will not go back to that phone. And I've been able to do that for a while now. Trust me, you need to increase your level of self discipline. It is very, very important for you to grow, for you to get anything in life. Discipline yourself to say, I will do this, and you will do it. It is extremely, extremely, extremely important. Now, I intentionally get an accountability partner so that I can increase my level of self discipline. So if she's asking me to bring out 3,000 every single day, am I even making 3K every day? And someone is expecting me to pay 3,000 every day just because I am not disciplined enough to do the things I need to do? No, now, no, it doesn't make any sense at all. So I want to make sure that I am no longer that person who is not disciplined and who gets to pay. Because trust me, if you do not discipline yourself now, you get to pay for it later. I've paid for some irresponsible act of not being self-disciplined in my life, but then I do not plan to pay my cash again for it. No, I can't. So please practice self-discipline. Give yourself a rewarding system, give yourself a punishment system. These are very, very important parts of life. And then the next thing is to practice self-care. You see, telling myself I want to sleep by 11:30 and this and that, writing before I go to bed, it's a matter of self-care. I get to learn more about myself. I get to be able to practice willpower and, practice some other things with my life. I get to sleep early and wake up early. I tell myself the routine of stretching when I wake up or skipping when I wake up, it gets me feeling more fit and more ready to take on my day. These are the things I want you to look into whenever you are thinking about life and the things that you're doing. Practice self-care. I told myself I want to eat fruit at least 3 times a week. I've only done that this week, once this week. I told myself I want to take a leisure walk in the evening at least 3 times a week. I've not even done that at all this week because I've been running around. But I plan to do that from tomorrow. I plan to do that from tomorrow by God's grace. So you want to be that person who puts self-care as a very important list in your life. It is very, very important. But all of this will not be possible without communicating assertively. And that's the final thing. All of set clear goal, but it will never manifest what you want in your life without communicating assertively. The way I communicated about my work to my boss when I wanted to leave, if I had learned to do that before now, my life would have been better. The way I told one of my bosses that I'm sorry, I'm not going to be a full part of this project. I'll do whatever I can do. Maybe even it's on the day of the event that I'm going to be available, but I won't be able to commit to the walking around. I am not feeling fine and I want to take care of myself. Communicate assertively. Communicate assertively. This is very, very important. It is important. Respectfully talk about the things that you want and you need in your life. Respectfully. Don't disrespect anybody. Don't be aggressive. Don't be passive. Respectfully and directly talk about your needs, your wants, every single thing that you want. I'll put the link to that video in the description of this video. So please make sure to watch it. Make sure to watch it. make sure to watch it. Mastering assertiveness, make sure to watch it. It is very, very important. Please, please, and please. Learn to communicate your needs and your wants. Ma, I cannot. No, 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 no. Ma'am, I'm sorry I cannot do this because of this, and I'll be able to do it by this time. Good. If the person wants to be irresponsible, then it's being irresponsible. But you first before any other thing. You first before any other thing. You first before any other thing. No matter how good a girl Ibatala is, she's not feeling too well. If she comes to this class and she's not able to pick anything, there is no reason for it. But if she comes to me, Mom, I am sorry, I am not feeling too well and I'll not be able to come to the class tonight, I won't kill her. Zainab sent me a message that around, I think, few minutes to the class, that she lost her aunt to cancer and she's not going to be able to be in the class. She didn't try to she needed to mourn or grieve about the person that she has lost, and that's fine too. So I want you to learn to communicate assertively. Use I. You're not being selfish. You before anybody. And if anybody is trying to manipulate you, take them out of your circle. People telling you, sure, you cannot now do it for me. No, I can't do it for you. I'll do it at this time because of this, at this time, but not right now. I need to read, but I need you to follow me somewhere. No, no, that's not the way. You first before any other thing. You first before any other thing. You first before any other thing, and communicate your needs and wants effectively. So thank you so much, guys, for listening to this. Let me have your questions or contributions in the comment section before we call it a night. We're going to call it a night by in the next few minutes, but we have, like, I think, 4 minutes. So please let me have your questions, let me have your contributions in the comments, and I am super excited to do this with you. Thank you so much, everybody. Let me have your comments in the comment section. I am waiting. I am waiting. And so I also want to talk about the fact that we need to start becoming a person of community, a person a person a person upon other people, check up upon other your friends, check up on people, be good to people, be good to yourself, and put yourself above any other thing. So in the absence of any question, in the absence of any discussion, in the absence of any contribution, I hope to see your report the way I have described that I would love us to have our report. I have sent the template to the group. So please, please, and please. Okay. Okay, so it's okay to skip. There are days when I skip too. But if you do it long enough, it becomes a part of your life. Just try. And then sometimes if your focus list is too long, you get to feel overwhelmed. And because you open it the next day and you see that, I did not complete a number of things, you run away. You don't want to write again. So for me now, there are just three important things on this day. There are just three important things on this day. Look at it. There are just three. The first one is the report I wanted to write. The second one is the class, and the third one is the post I am to make. Simple. Let your focus list be as simple as anything. Maximum of six, minimum of three things. People will say five, but I would say maximum of six and minimum of three things. Simple as ABC. It could be read, it could be sleep, it could be something important with your work. When it is too much, that's when you find it hard to actually, work on it. And there is a blog post I created about working from home, and there is a particular part of it that is not only about working from home, it's about creating focus list. I've not actually published the blog, but I promise to publish it. So what you want to do when you write a focus list like this, you should notice something, that the main thing is check report, right? Then I wrote whose report I want to check and the actions that are to follow. So this one, I want to send it and I want to print it. Now I sent the report. I fixed this report. I sent the report, but then they sent me something to do again. So I cannot print it because of that. Now, these are these. I was to go to Omaron and Ikwetu, and I am sorry, I was to complete the report for Omaron and Ikwetu. I have only done Omaron, I have not done Ikwetu report. Good. So the classes, I've had classes for digging deep. I've not even cancelled that. And sometimes learn to cancel the work that you, the one that you have done, because if you forget, sometimes you feel as if uh, I didn't do it, whereas you've done it. And when you see too many things that are not cancelled off, you start to feel like you're not doing enough. So learn to cancel it sometimes almost immediately as you are working on them. Let me get my pen and cancel mine too. Because some days when I feel like, but I've done this thing now, and then in the end, yes, I've done it, but then I did not just cancel it. So I have sent the report, but then I just did not print it because they didn't approve the report. I've done this one, I've done this one, I've not done this Twitter post that I'm supposed to make. So I think that's just everything about that. So Motunde said that what can one do to stay focused on already created routine? Don't add more to it. Things will always happen. Don't add more to it. I tell people to plan only 60% of their day. But when you feel as if you've planned your whole day, then you still want to add more, there is a problem, a very big one. So don't add more to your routine. Block time for it. That's why I said identify time wasters. There's some things that you have on your routine that they're just going to waste your time. Identify it. So it's either you eliminate or you minimize the amount of time you spend on those things. And after that, you also make sure that you block time. Okay, this morning when I woke up was when I completed that Omaron report. And I completed all of the reports under Omaron. Welcome, Aisha. How are you doing? So I completed all of the reports under Omaron in that time. I've not been able to do any other tangible thing because I've been on the move almost all day. I went to Offer. I went to two schools in Offer. I was standing for over 6 hours today. Then I have to battle with there is no cash, getting things with driver, getting every single time. I spent most of today on the road. But the one that I've been able to create time for in the morning, it stays in the morning. Then another thing is to identify your peak periods. There is something we call peak periods. Many times my peak period is very early in the morning, and that's why I try to wake up as early as possible. You see, anything between 5 a.m. and 7:38 a.m., I am the most productive person on earth. I am the most productive person on earth. Thank you so much, Aisha. How are you doing? So I am the most productive person on earth within that period of time. But then after that, I find it very hard to continue working. And when it is not, I find it not to continue working, but to do things that are really, really major. When it is now in the afternoon, I am at my worst. In the evening, I am still a bit at my best, right? So I try to understand the times that work for me, and that's how I've been able to actually live through life. Though I like to do things at last minute too, but then it's not as bad as it used to be, whereby it is last minute to this that I'm rushing. No, I no longer do that because I like my peace of mind and I like my mental space. I want it to be extremely healthy at all points. So I think that's just something that I can say when it comes to, you know, focusing on your already created routine. Yes, identify time wasters, plan only 60% of your day, and make sure that you keep your focus list simple. Make it simple. Identify the things wasting your time. Block your time for each of the things that you think you want to do. Okay, I want to do this for just 30 minutes. You can even use an alarm. Then get an accountability partner, the one that will not like you enough to not collect money from you. My accountability partner is a bad person currently. She's a very, very bad person. She said she's going to be collecting 3,000 naira for me. Okay, so it's not peak. It's not this peak, sorry. It is peak. Identify your peak period. I've sent that into the group. Identify your peak periods, the time that you are most active. It could be in the morning, it could be in the afternoon, it could be in the night. Any wonder it is. But I don't really believe in that night. I work better at night. It's sometimes a lie, but then it's okay. So any other questions before we end it for tonight? We have less than 2 minutes more. We have less than 2 minutes and we are going to end this beautiful session. Any other question? Omotunde, I hope this answered your questions, please. I hope this answered your questions. Hello, everybody. I'm waiting. Okay, what's your question? So, prioritizing what you need to do, use the metrics. What exactly is important? What is important, but what is important but urgent? What is important but not urgent? What is urgent but not important? What is urgent? What is okay? Let me recap that. What is urgent? What is important? These are the two main focus. What are the things that if I don't do it within this period of time, there'll be a problem? But what are those things that even if I don't do them within a certain period of time, there is no problem? But then I still need to do them, but they don't have a deadline. Those are the important things. The urgent ones are the ones that they have a deadline. Either they are important or not, they have a deadline. Like the report I submit to my schools, it has a deadline. And then it is important because, that's how I get paid. Good. So now, what important thing for me is, showing up for digging deep sessions, even though the only thing is it's I'm able to, create stuff every single time for people. Nothing else right now. It's not urgent. It's something I can cancel, but then it is important for my own personal space, not my financial life. Right? You get it. Good. You might not need to arrange your focus list in the order of priority. You might not need to. All you need to do is your focus list is mostly something that, except you are creating a long term plan, your focus list is mostly something that you do for the day. What are the top 5 things? What are the top 6 things? What are the top 3 things I want to achieve today? Come hell, come high water. What are those things I want to achieve? That's what a focus list means. A focus list means something that you want to achieve in a particular period of time, no matter what happens. That's what it's all about. So even if other things are happening, you just want to focus on that thing. So you really do not need to agree in the order of importance. Though there is a part of it that it's the ugliest frog first, like do the hardest task first. But sometimes I just tell people that see do the very simple one first, so that you just keep accumulating dopamine to do the hard one. Dopamine is for motivation. If you're able to complete the smaller ones, you're going to accumulate dopamine to actually complete the bigger ones. So, any other questions? Any other question before I call it a day? Any other question? It a day. It seems like there is none from this end. So with this, I say please watch the replay. Always catch up on these sessions. I'm going to add it straight into the Google document. So always go back to it to check, oh, which do I want to watch again? Which have I not watched? And all of these things. And you're going to be fine. So to the next time we see, which is on Friday, write your report and enjoy yourself. Do not forget to manage time. Let your life be in control and not in chaos. Good night.